What are we doing?
Are we really recording right now?
Fuck yeah, I'm recording.
I didn't know what the hell. I thought you were just fucking around saying it that way.
No, what are we doing?
You Italian now?
Hey, what are we doing?
Luigi.
We're recording.
So
You can tell we're 3 recordings in, and this is 3 recordings worth of beer in.
So
Not beer, alcohol.
So this
wine.
episode is influenced by White Cat wine. It's from.
I thought you were gonna say White Castle because I'm hungry.
Yeah, I could go for some garbage plate.
Oh, garbage plate from up the road.
Yeah, for those of you that are not in Rochester or have never been here, a garbage plate is heavenly, especially when you've been drinking.
So I've noticed we've got some listeners from Thailand. Shout out to Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand, and hey, Germany.
Germany hasn't listened yet, but listened once, and auf Wiedersehen. But
9.
more importantly, hi to Thailand. Thanks for the listens.
You too, Canada.
Canada's a little lacking.
But a garbage plate, for those of you that don't know, it is an original to Rochester. It is
Rochester, New York.
Yes, Rochester, New York,
Not Minnesota.
or New Hampshire. Traditionally, what it is it is home fries and macaroni salad. And then on top of that, you have either a hamburger, cheeseburger, or a hot dog with onions, mustard, and a meat hot sauce. And I don't get the hot sauce because I don't. A little too much for me, but most people.
Everything's too much for him.
Yeah, then most people throw ketchup on top of that. Oh man, it is the best drunk food in the world.
Yeah.
And it's second to none. You can't beat it. It's just great food. It's a lot of food for a cheap amount of price.
Yeah, I agree. It's good food. It's a lot of food. It's fattening and it's typical American food. And Mike just dropped his headphones. So
I was trying to put my glasses on.
yeah, because he's blind as a bat. Old blind Mike. So how's it going, school mom, Mike?
I'm a librarian.
Okay, so we have our word of the day. We're gonna do that quickly, get it over and done with, and we're gonna ask Mike what the word is, and he's gonna spell it, and then we're gonna go from there.
This word is actually quite appropriate for our podcast. What'd you do? Break your microphone stand?
I did.
Why are you messing with it?
It came off.
Well, it doesn't just come off. You've got to fuck around with it to make it come off. Dipshit. All right. Do you want the word?
Yes, please.
All right. The word is pseudolalia. Pseudolalia. Its spelling is Pseudolalia.
Pseudolalia. So pseudo, which is fake, basically fake something. So pseudo, spell the rest of it.
Well, pseudo.
Yeah, no, I got that one.
Lalia.
Lalia. Lalia. Pseudolalia. Lalia. What does Lalia sound like? I can't associate that with any other word. So pseudolalia. Pseudolalia. That's a tough one. I'll let you go with it. I can't even fake that one.
It is the incoherence of speech.
Oh, which is what we're great with.
Yes.
Especially after a couple of recordings.
Yes.
Pseudolalia. We will be able to use that one.
Most likely.
Right now, I'm pseudolalia.
Where's Facebook on your phone here?
It's not.
John writes all sorts of shit on my Facebook page when he's...
No, I don't. In fact, this motherfucker tried to take my phone. and write all sorts of shit on Facebook. So I had to take it away from him. Anyway,
You do it to me all the time.
derailed completely. Thanks, Mike. And back to Silalia. What does the word mean?
Incoherence of speech.
Very good. All right. Back to where we were.
Where was that?
Trying to find a topic.
Ooh, sorry for my mouth breathing into the microphone.
No, you're not.
I'm a caveman.
A gay man?
Caveman.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Let's get a topic for today.
Spin that wheel, Pat.
That's spinning. It's an E. This is a topic near and dear to my heart. It's the topic that drives me up the wall every time I go to Mike's house.
Dogs.
Because I've got to fix it because he breaks it. The topic today is toilet paper.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but it's a short topic, but it's a close. It's an important topic. So, toilet paper. When placing thine toilet paper on thine toilet paper holder, flip it over to the front, please. For the love of God, flip it over to the front.
Behind is the way to go.
Suck your behind.
Behind is the only way. And it has to be...
No,
it has to be behind, and it has to be one-ply
it's
toilet
rubbing
paper.
against the... We're not talking about the depth or the
If we're discussing toilet paper, we're discussing every aspect.
aspect.
Yes. It behind
No.
makes the most sense.
No.
My microphone broke.
No, so placing the toilet paper so that it is away from the wall, so that you don't have to, once you've soiled your hand and you have to grab the toilet paper to wipe the soil behind, you are grabbing the toilet paper from in front of the wall so that it's not to soil the wall that the toilet paper is near to. You grab the toilet paper and you you direct it towards yourself, not behind against the wall. It does not make sense.
It does make sense.
It does
That's
not
the
make
only
sense
way
to
it makes
put the
sense.
toilet paper on the back end, where
So that
you've
when
got to
you-
place your hand and rub it against the wall while grabbing the toilet paper. It makes no sense whatsoever.
How does it make no sense? You
If
reach
you
back, you start pulling.
Dick, if you look at the toilet paper, what's it called? The design.
Fuck the patent.
The patent clearly
The
demonstrates
patent didn't know shit.
that the toilet paper needs to be pointing towards the user and not behind the user.
No, they don't know shit.
No,
It's
you
supposed
don't
to
know
go
shit because you're using
behind.
the wrong paper
No.
way to wipe your shit.
No, it behind is the only way to go.
It makes no sense to hold it from behind because you're rubbing your hand against the wall in order to grab the paper.
Who cares?
Often if that toilet paper was rubbing against the toilet, the wall, you would have to dig your hand against the side of the wall.
Do you get that much shit on your hands when you wipe yourself that you can't even touch a wall?
If I do, at least I have the clean toilet paper to grab from the front.
If you do,
clean my hand.
If you do, you need to learn how to wipe.
You need to learn how to put your toilet paper the right way.
No, you need. If you've got that much poop on your hands,
Look, you've clearly never wiped a kid's butt before.
I certainly
because
have.
it's probably E wiping all the kids' butts.
No, I changed diapers too.
Yeah.
I changed diapers.
Sorry, Ashley. So you bring the toilet paper and stick it facing the wall so that if you happen to have excrement on your fingers, for some particular reason, you wipe it on a wall.
Well,
and that look, that's not the entire reason for having
look at your fingers before you touch the paper.
Okay, so let's say that you have excrement on your fingers. For pure shits and giggles, literal shits and giggles.
You wipe it on your thigh, and then you grab the toilet paper.
Okay, and then when you grab your toilet paper,
you wipe off your thigh. then you wipe your ass.
Your story is completely flawed of having toilet paper in the front, in the back. It's a load of bullshit.
It's just the way that it goes. You don't get as much of a waste.
Oh my God. Comment down below. Don't comment down below because there's no way to comment down below. Comment on any comment section or email us or tweet us at Lyrical Laxative without an S. Tweet us at Lyrical Laxative, 2 L's in the middle, or Lyrical Laxative, 2 L's in the middle, Lyrical Laxatives at gmail.com.
No, under.
This is tense. You have to comment on this because I need to know how many people have the toilet paper over as opposed to under. Because under is bullshit and over is right.
When you have it under and you start pulling out of the amount of toilet paper you need, when you rip off, it just stops. When you're over and you're pulling off the amount of toilet paper that you need, you pull it, it just keeps on fucking rolling.
You clearly haven't put it over.
I have. I've used other people's houses when it's over. Yeah. And under is the way to go.
Under is the wrong way to go.
No, it is not. And it has to be 1-ply.
I don't care about 1-ply or 2-ply.
No, you do care.
1-ply is ridiculous because that's barely anything. You'll be sticking your finger through the middle of that hole.
I've used 1-ply
your
my
finger will
entire
go in your
life.
butt.
2-ply, you got to take half as much toilet paper.
Okay.
Listen.
No. You listen.
You listen.
You ass wipe.
2-ply, it's twice as thick.
Ass wipe.
You got to take half as much, and you get fucking dingleberries stuck in your ass because it's these little pieces of toilet paper.
No, listen. That's why I'm saying
1-ply, you go in there, it's like sandpaper. You scrape that shit clean, you're out of the business. You're done.
I don't give a shit literally which way which number of plies you got.
1.
I don't care if it's 1 or 2. 1-ply is you're gonna put your finger through and you're getting your butthole.
You are not.
You're washing your hand for days.
How hard are you wiping that you're putting your hand through? Your wife likes 1-ply. So
she doesn't.
That's what she told us.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
No.
What do you want to bet?
It doesn't matter.
Look, it does matter. What do you want to bet?
The issue is not 1-ply or 2-ply. I will take 1-ply or 2-ply. Honestly, I will literally take 1-ply, but then it'll load up more. It'll be a double load.
And I forgot, you're from South Africa. You're used to using a leaf.
No, we used to going the other way in the water.
And just wash up like your little bidet?
Yes. You're a bidet.
You're a bidet.
Good comeback. Jeez.
Haven't had enough wine yet.
So it doesn't matter if it's 1-ply or 2-ply. I'm all for 1-ply or 2-ply. I don't really care as long as it's not the soft shit. The soft shit is
That's
awful.
2-ply.
It's not 2-ply. It can be
quilted.
Hard 2-ply. You can have sandpaper 2-ply and it's going to be hard.
No, you can't.
You clearly are not a connoisseur of the toilet paper.
Because I know what I like, and
no, you don't know what you like because you're taking soft 1-ply.
No, I'm taking rough 1-ply.
Yeah, you like it rough,
and it cleans it. It skins it clean.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, 1 or 2-ply is fine. What's important is that the toilet paper
goes under.
Hold. Shut your fucking mouth.
Under.
Shut up.
You shut
I will
up.
punch your lights out.
I will punch you in the nipples.
Oh, I'm punching your nipples out. Both of them. All 3 of them.
Kick you in the dick.
I'll punch your nipple holes out.
You're so wrong, and you have no idea.
The important thing. Let me finish look, it's my line. Let me finish my topic.
No, let me talk for once, damn it.
You can talk once I'm done with this particular statement.
And prove you wrong.
It's a statement. Just shut the fuck up. Okay. Either 1 or 2-ply, whatever the case is, as long as it's presented to you over the top, that is the way to use toilet paper. It must be presented to you from the top over. Case closed. I'm the winner. Shut up. Done. Shut up.
Are you saying
shut up? Done.
That if you went into someplace
end recording, click
to take a dump, and the toilet paper was under, you would not use it because you are too.
I would turn it around.
You are too good to use toilet paper that is
because
under?
every time I've found toilet paper, it's over.
No. Because those fuckers don't know how to use toilet paper.
I'll be honest. It's usually because it's lateral and it's pointing like either left or right as opposed to presented.
It's still under. Under is the way to go.
Yeah.
You don't know.
No, you don't know.
No.
You clearly have never...
You grew up the first 20 years of your life using
the
exuberation leaves.
You've never experienced the exuberation of having your taint wiped with a toilet paper presented to you from the front forward.
I have. I've been to people's houses.
The right people's houses.
I don't change.
You have gone back to your house where it is incorrectly appropriated.
And it feels just right being under.
Yeah.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, and that's why you got shit on your ass all the time.
Hey, my asshole's clean as could be. I scrape that shit. I scrape it till it bleeds.
With the wrong way presented toilet paper.
Nope, it's the correct way.
Anyway,
it's the only way.
That was the topic, and I'm right, and Mike's wrong, and that's the way. It needs to be over toilet paper, front and over, presented to the user so that the user can use it correctly. As opposed to...
Is the user too dumb to understand that it's under?
No. If it's backwards or under, it doesn't make sense because it's against the wall. Why would you want to do that?
It makes the most sense.
Okay. Let me make a fantastic point here.
You don't have a fantastic point.
Oh, I've just got the fantastic point.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear
When you get a roll of sticky tape. A roll of, what do you call it? Sticky tape?
Duct tape?
No. Regular sticky tape.
Scotch tape? Scotch
tape. In a Scotch tape holder, is it under or over?
You can't compare it
No.
because
Stop.
Listen to me.
I don't give a shit if it's sticky on one side.
It is over.
Once you wipe your ass, it's going to be sticky on one side. So
it is over, but it is sticky on one side.
Yeah, toilet paper, your ass will be giving the sticky toilet paper after it's wiped.
No, your ass doesn't make toilet paper sticky. Shit doesn't make it sticky.
But if you're familiar with the fact that tape is given to you top over,
that's got nothing to do with it.
You will be used to the fact that any tape or tape-like substance is provided to you top over. Not this bullshit under over. What the hell is a bullshit under over?
It is the way it's supposed to be.
A lot of bullshit.
It's all a conspiracy.
Conspiracy to be convenient.
The smart ones, the intellectuals, we have it come under.
Yeah, you like it under. You like it coming from below.
All you Neanderthals have it go over.
I bet the monkeys would like it top over.
Oh, I can't reach under. I need over. Oh, thank you.
That's how they had it in caveman times. I bet you go and look at the caveman paintings. They've got that toilet paper over.
Nope. You know what they did? They tipped their hand under and wiped their ass with their hands. They use their wives' hair.
You might as well use a hand, since that's what you're going to get with it under.
No way. You're
delusional. I think we clearly know who won that topic. So
me.
Let's move forward. That was a good topic.
What was the word for pseudolalia?
Yeah, pseudolalia. That's toilet paper underneath.
No.
Yes.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Do you remember what pseudolalia means?
Yes. Something about incoherent.
Incoherent speech.
Yes. Which is using toilet paper underneath.
No.
Yes.
Toilet paper under correct way. I don't care what the patent says. I don't care what you say. I don't care what anybody says.
If I develop a tool
and it's wrong,
cures life's biggest problems, and it's either over or under. If it's under, it's wrong. If it's over, it's right. Would you use it under? No, because it's wrong. You would use it over.
Using toilet paper isn't a life or death situation.
The tool I've developed is.
No, but this toilet paper is not.
Yes, but the tool I developed is, and it's a patent that says use it over.
But the patent for toilet paper is not life or death.
Yeah, but this tool that I've developed is.
I don't care if your cardiac arrhythmomyosin is a life-saving device. Toilet paper is what we're talking about.
No. This tool that I've developed is.
Your tool's nonsense.
You would say that because it's better.
No.
My tool is better.
It's made out of fucking sticks and stones.
No, it's flesh and bone, baby.
Maybe you threw some sticky tape in there.
Yeah, over the top sticky tape.
Under.
Yeah, from under cheese.
From under my balls.
Which is where your discussions come from.
Whatever. I'm a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, well oiled from below. Clearly, having toilet paper over the top is the winner. And this is a conversation that is clearly going to win every time. So let's move on.
To what?
Do we want to spin another topic, or do you want to use your topic maker?
Well, we can use mine quick.
All right.
Got it here.
I tell you what. Use your topic and mix two words together.
Mix two words together?
Yes.
What the hell?
Sorry, that's too much to understand for a person who's under the toilet paper.
Whatever, jack off.
Yeah, that's what I expect from an under toilet paper maker.
I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're gonna pull it over.
Airplanes. No, we discussed airplanes.
We did?
South Africa.
Oh, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just roll a topic.
I got it. Hey, how about motorcycles? I like motorcycles, personally. It's something that I always wished I had. However, I don't really trust other drivers, especially with how distracted drivers are now.
When you're sitting on the back, when you're the bitch rider?
I don't care where I'm sitting. I just don't trust other drivers with playing with the radio and their phone and eating and drinking and whatever else.
How many bikes have you been on?
I've been on a few.
When they're playing with their phone and eating and...
Well, no, back then they didn't have that stuff.
Right, so what are you talking about?
But
Let's
nowadays...
live in the now, bro.
But think about it. Nowadays, there's a lot of distractions. So when I get on my Ducati... Actually, I'd rather be on a Harley. Indian... That would be more my big fat boy cruiser.
A sweet ass, what do you call them?
Mopeds.
Moped, yeah, sweet ass moped.
We were watching an episode of Shameless today, and the guy had a moped. John's nuts. He doesn't like the show Shameless. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Shameless is about as exciting as Seinfeld.
He's dumb as a box of rocks. Shameless is good TV.
It's typical expected comedy that happens.
Yeah, but you don't even like going to comedy shows.
No. Hold on.
No, you don't like going to see stand-up comedians.
Okay, so the reason I don't like going to stand-up comedians is not because I don't like stand-up comedians. We went to a stand-up comedian. I thought he was hilarious. I've watched, what's his name? From Benchwarmers. What's his name?
I don't watch stand-up comedians. I don't know.
No. We went to Caroline's in New York City and watched a comedian do his bit, and it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Typical, it was American comedy, and it was funny. It was absolutely funny. And I don't even know where I'm going with this. It was good. It was good comedy. But these shows are totally different. They're not the kind of humor that I expect. Even though it's manufactured laughs, I still think it's a funny show. Nick Swartzen, that's who it was. Nick Swartzen, he is hilarious, and that's who our kid is named after. Nick.
Sure it is.
Nicholas.
I doubt that 100%.
I tell you 100% it is.
I doubt it 100.
I will tell you 100%. Nicholas is named after Nick Swartzen.
I doubt it.
Nope. It was after we went to Nick Swartzen's show. It was after we watched shows with Nick in it. Nick is in Grandma's Boy, where he talks about a sweet car bed. Nick is hilarious. Nick Swartzen is one of the funniest comedians we know.
You don't know him.
Oh, I do. I met him.
But that doesn't mean you know him.
Oh, I know him. And he's hilarious. and we named our kid after him. In theory, I mean, we had a lot of choices, and one of the names was Nicholas or Nick.
But you probably liked that before you liked him.
No, we didn't. We didn't. Nick was like, it was CT in the house was Nick, was Colin. Nicholas was Nick Swartzen.
Who is Colin?
So you know, House Road Rules. The other one.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Real World.
Real World. There was CT.
Oh yeah, I
CT
remember.
in a heist.
CT and
CT in a heist. I'm CT in a heist. He had a Irish accent or a British.
He was from Boston, I thought.
No. There was a guy named Colin, who was CT, and he had an Irish accent or a.
Because I remember the guy CT, but he was from Boston.
No, he wasn't from Boston. CT in a heist. That's how he said it. It's CT in a heist.
I remember the CT from Boston all the time.
So CT in a heist was Colin something. You can look it up. That's who we named Colin Thomas out of. CT. Colin Thomas in the house.
CT what?
I don't know. CT in the heist. But you can't look up CT in a heist because he just said that he didn't.
CT from World.
Yep. Where was he from? You look it up.
He was from Brooklyn.
Darn it.
This guy?
Mike's showing me a picture. It doesn't look like him, but maybe.
That was CT.
CT in a heist. Maybe. I thought it was from British or something, but anyway. Either way, that's the guy. Just because we made fun of him, that was the name that stuck in our heads when Colin was born. So, Colin Thomas, CT in a heist. That was one of the. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean we named him after that guy, but
you just said you named him after CT from.
I didn't mean we named him after that, but he influenced our naming.
After a reality television show star. We know how John feels about reality TV.
I hate reality TV.
Obviously,
I love my kids.
Obviously, you watch Road Rules Real World at one time.
So when I first came here, yes, I watched Road Rules.
Is that what taught you how to speak English?
No. My school taught me how to teach English.
How to teach English?
Teach English. Unlike yours, American schooling system, with them processed cheese.
Whatever.
Fake cheese. Teaching you the fake news.
So go on about CT.
That's why you use
CT in the house.
wrong way. Oh no, I'm covered with that. I mean, that's all it was. It was nothing other than the fact that it was CT in the heist. He kept on saying that, and I still don't believe that was him. I'm sorry. I still don't believe that was him.
You don't have to believe me. I looked up CT from Road Rules. Real World, I mean.
The fact that he kept on saying CT in the heist, because that was his verbalization of CT in the house. It stuck with us for some reason, and Colin, the name Colin, which was what he was named after, stuck with us. Colin Thomas is not his name. We took Colin Thomas because, I don't know, Colin Thomas. I don't remember right now.
Did you ever remember?
I didn't. No, I did. So, either way, Colin, what were we even talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Colin Thomas, CTN house.
In a heist.
In a heist.
It doesn't matter. That's not part of what we were talking about.
My kids got different middle names too. My younger two.
Miles Crusher.
Yeah, Miles Crusher. He got Crusher. That was my grandfather's nickname. And Miles was due on my grandfather's birthday. And he's the only great grandson that can carry on the family names. He got named Miles Crusher. And then my daughter Aiden, her middle name is Megs. Meigs.
Street name. Named after a street.
Yeah, it was the street that my
hookers hang out.
It was a street that my wife and I met on. So Aiden got that middle
street
name.
In the city where hookers hang out.
Whatever, man. You don't know where hookers. Nothing.
You would.
No, not Meg Street. Hang on. Hipsters, maybe. Hookers, no.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, you would.
Whatever. Dick.
All right. So, you want to do another topic?
Yeah, we can run one more.
You want to do an official topic or a short-term topic?
We'll do a short term. Earthquakes.
Earthquakes.
I'm glad I live in Rochester because we have earthquakes, but nothing.
I kind of want to go through an earthquake.
No way. No way.
I do.
I don't want to even think about the earth opening up and
we're
swallowing
not
my
talking
house.
about We're not talking about
Why am I a
opening
dick?
up and swallowing up a house.
That's
We're
what
talking about
earthquakes do.
shaking a little bit.
No.
Yes.
Go to the
I've
gym.
got friends in Alaska who
I don't care where you don't got friends anywhere.
I actually do. I've got a South African friend in Alaska who's
Who,
married.
Hans?
No,
Garth?
Jason. No. Simon.
Simon?
No.
Jason?
Stephen.
You don't even know who it is.
Stephen lives in Alaska
Where?
in Saskatchewan.
That's not in Alaska. That is in Canada. Now he's asking Google.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan is in Canada.
I'm asking Telegram. Where,
He doesn't want to believe
Alaska.
me. Sitka? Seward?
Areas in Alaska.
It's the biggest fucking state. There's a lot of areas.
Yeah.
You can't find it, can you?
No, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan? Ketchikan?
Ketchikan.
That's in Alaska.
Yes, there you go. Ketchikan,
You're welcome.
Alaska. That's where he lives.
Okay.
So
Did you know that there's more pilots per capita in Alaska than anywhere else in the
give a
United States? Did you know that there's
Did you know I don't give a shit?
15,000 miles of public roads in Wisconsin?
Did you know they get
I'm
paid?
sorry, in Alaska.
Wisconsin. How did you change from
I don't know.
Jesus? Did you know they get paid to live in Alaska?
Yeah, from the pipeline.
The dole, basically. It's the
Well,
dole.
it's from the pipeline. It's like $1,500 a person a year. But yeah, they have like 15,000 miles of public roads, where Texas has approximately 300,000 miles of public road.
Okay.
That's a big fucking difference.
Okay.
Jesus.
I don't know what the deal is.
Alaska, with how big it is and how immense.
Yeah, but it's so remote, and this.
Exactly. There's only 15,000 miles of road.
Okay.
There's 300,000 in Texas.
Yes, but Texas is far more populated than Alaska.
I understand.
So what are you saying?
It's just put it in
There's a lot
perspective.
of bullshit. You just trying to
There's just
say words.
No, there's just a lot of no man's.
You think you know more than the general population,
There's
which you
just-
might, but
There's just a lot of no man's land in Alaska.
okay. All right.
You have no appreciation for my knowledge.
I know. Look, I've said before, I appreciate your knowledge. It's just uncalled for.
No, this is very called for.
No, but nobody's asking why there would be. I mean, who's saying Texas has more roads than Alaska?
It's knowledge.
It's obvious.
I'm spitting knowledge at people.
How many oil farms does Texas have?
I don't know. A lot.
Oh, you don't know. There you go. You busted.
A lot.
Busted. Loser. Busted. Okay, how many oil farms does Alaska have?
I don't know.
Fewer, but more. But quite a few.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty popular up there in Alaska.
you got a lot of homesteaders.
So, with all those oil farms up in Alaska, not as many as Texas. Texas has a lot of oil farms.
Okay.
And a lot of beef. You get some great barbecue.
Alaska has a lot of fish.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go great barbecue up in Alaska.
No, but you can have moose. You could have bear. You could have caribou.
Have you seen a moose?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a moose up front?
I've seen taxidermied moose.
Yeah, no, that's not a taxidermy moose. You talking about the one in Maine?
Yeah.
That's a stuffed toy.
That's a taxidermied
That's not
moose.
A taxidermied moose.
They have taxidermied moose at the LL Bean store.
That's not a real moose.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
I'll fight you.
You fight me with all you want. You won't be able to hit me.
I will win.
You can't reach.
I got the reach of a fucking pterodactyl.
That's not very good.
Yeah, smack your ass.
Pterodactyls aren't as good as a.
I'll make you cry. You'll cry for your mom.
Yeah. Anyway,
she's nowhere near to help you.
It's all right. She doesn't need to be here for me to fight my battles.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say that now.
You'll need to run
until
back.
I beat your ass.
You'll need to run back to her teat.
You would love thinking about my mom's teat.
With you sucking on it? Because you're still a child.
Yeah, at least I stopped at some point.
Hey, don't hate me because I'm still breastfed.
Nothing wrong with that natural protein.
Yeah. Makes my bones sturdy.
Yeah, that's why you've had how many operations?
It's got nothing to do with my bones.
Your back. Anyway, this is totally off. What were we talking about?
Your mom's teat.
No, before that. Back.
That I'd fight you because I'm a pterodactyl.
Back.
I don't remember.
I had a point to make.
Obviously.
Oh, Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something about Alaska.
And Texas.
Oh, yes. I don't know why. Oh, the roads. The roads in Texas are not comparable to the roads in Alaska because the roads in Alaska are going to be sparse compared to Texas. Texas is going to be far more populated and far more...
That's the point that I'm trying to
industrial.
make.
No,
is that Alaska is the largest state in the Union, and they've got such a small amount of roads compared to Texas, which is the next largest state, but they have significantly more roads.
So what the fuck? Who cares?
I was just dropping knowledge.
You're dropping shit. That's what you're dropping.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Let's fight. Them is fighting words. Come on.
I don't want to scare you.
I'll shank you in the neck. Make you Frankenstein's bride. Puncture your arteries.
Anyway, so yes, Alaska, something about it is great.
What I've been watching this show, it's called Life Below Zero. It's on National Geographic.
Reality show?
Yeah, it's just showing, it's not scripted. It's just showing people that live up in Alaska, you know, just the different things that they go through.
The Browns?
No, not that one. This is just, it's just a bunch of different people.
The not Browns, the Grays?
Stop dropping making for bad audio.
You're making for bad audio.
But no, I mean, these guys go out and, you know, they got to catch all this fish because this guy's, he races in the Iditarods, so he's got a ton of dogs that he raises. So,
the Iditarod.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's an incredible race that, you know, yes, it depends a lot upon the dogs and their training and conditioning, but I think it's a lot on the human as well that's driving that.
So the human believes that the dogs are doing a great job. They stop and comfort the dogs and good job, dogs, good job. You ran us all this way. You made us victorious or not. Those dogs are being forced to run that way, and they aren't. I mean, they're trained to run that way from birth or whatever.
Well, a lot of it is the breed of dog that they are.
I don't care if it's the breed of dog. They're either way. They're forced to run that way, and
the thing is, so these different huskies are born. Okay. Mm-hmm. Not all of them are going to be made into sled dogs. Some of them are just too hard-headed. They're not willing to learn. There's various things.
White Fang.
Yeah. So not all the dogs that are born are going to be sled dogs.
Okay.
But there are breeds of dogs that whether they're in the sporting dog or a herding dog, or the various categories of dogs. Some of these dogs, that's what they want to do. They are bred to run and pull stuff.
No. They're bred to run based on a human's interpretation of how they're bred. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're bred to run and trained to run, but you're forcing them into that life of servitude.
But some of the dogs, if you don't, look, I'll use an example.
If you were a runner, you would take Rosie and make her a runner, and even though she was,
I would not.
No. I'm not. I know you wouldn't.
Well,
let's say you were a runner.
I'm just saying, if I'm a runner, I'm not taking Rosie because Great Danes.
You might.
No, because Great Danes aren't meant. They weren't bred for running.
You might think this dog can run fast, so I'm going to put her in a race.
No, I would not, because they're not bred for stuff like that.
They're bred for running.
No, they're not.
Great Danes are bred for running.
They're working dogs, but they're not bred for running. They're hunting. They were used for hunting. They're not. Yes, they can. I mean, they can reach.
I'm thinking of greyhounds.
Yeah, no, Great Danes. I mean, yeah, they can reach speeds of 20 miles an hour, but they're not a racing dog. They're not a running dog. They're not a pulling dog.
I think people forcing dogs into that situation for their own gain. People are literally doing that for their own gain, because they're not. I mean, they might love the dogs. Granted, they might love the dogs. They might feed them. They might care for them, but they're only doing those runs to get awareness of themselves, being good Iditarod runners.
Yeah, but let me give you an example about how certain dogs are just bred to do certain things. I know a guy who had gotten a border collie, and they're herding dogs, or you can use them for sport, various fly ball and just these other sports that dogs can do. Well, here's a guy that lived in the city, didn't walk it very often, didn't do all those physical activities with the dog, and the dog was bored, and it would get destructive. It would chew the carpet, it would chew the furniture, it would chew door frames and stuff like that, because the dog wanted to work, but he wasn't working the dog. So the dog wants to do things. It's got pent up energy that it needs to get out, but right. Because he wasn't in the situation to get that energy out, the dog was destructive.
Okay. But at the same time, you're going to take that dog that's got the pent up energy, and you're going to tie them down and force them to run with a bunch of other dogs just so that you can achieve victory in your own goal.
But those are working dogs. Those are working dogs. Those are dogs that are bred to do that.
They're not bred.
Yes,
they are. Those dogs weren't born to run.
Yes, they were. That's what their heritage goes by.
No. Why was their heritage born? Why were they born as dogs genetically engineered by life itself to run and pull a sled?
Dogs were bred for different reasons.
No dogs were bred to... No dogs were born and genetically raised and genetically engineered in order to pull sleds.
Absolutely they were.
No, they weren't.
Those Alaskan Malamutes.
No, that's only because they've been put in that position to pull the sleds. They've been made to pull the sleds, and that's their human given talent, is to pull sleds.
But what's the difference if you have a dog that pulls a sled, a number of dogs that pull a sled, or you have a horse or an ox that is pulling a plow in a field?
None. Those oxes and horses, the horses and oxen were grown and put in that position by humans, and ultimately that's where they ended up being. I'm not saying that's wrong, that's right either. They were put in that position because of humans. Normally, in regardless of humans being around, they were there to live their life as a free animal that would do what it needs to do. But we captured them and took them and put them in that position where they become slaves for our enjoyment, in a way. That's what the Iditarod is. There's no benefit to the Iditarod. Absolutely no benefit. They're running because they're pulling people so that people themselves can win a certain position and get a trophy. The dogs themselves don't win anything other than maybe a couple of snacks because they won.
No, I don't disagree that the Iditarod does focus on the dogs, but
we're a bunch of selfish assholes. That's what us humans are.
No, but at the end of the day, yes, it's the human being that will get all the acknowledgement of winning the Iditarod or any other dog sled race. However, like I said,
because of what dogs ultimately did, not what humans did. Humans didn't do shit.
Well,
they may have said, "Don't go that way, go this way."
The humans have to train the dogs. I mean,
I don't give a shit if they train the dogs. They're still not doing the pulling,
but
they're not doing the work. They're doing the ultimate. Yeah, go extra hard that way. Go extra hard that way. Yes, good dog. You worked extra hard.
But you can't just take a dog and put it in a harness and tell it to run. It has to be trained.
Do that to Chewy.
They've got to train that dog to make sure that,
yes,
okay, this is a dog that can handle it.
For what benefit?
And
absolutely no benefit.
And can this dog be at the front of can it be in the middle? Is it one towards the back?
That dog doesn't know whether it's in front or back. It doesn't give a shit.
It does. Because
it's getting trained to do a specific job to satisfy a human. And a human is getting the reward. And the human who's rewarded ultimately gives the dog a bone. Literally.
But what you would be surprised at is the way some of these dogs are fed. They're fed better than you.
I don't give a shit if they're fed nicely or not. They're still doing all this work for a human who ultimately is doing it for a self-serving purpose of winning this Iditarod to get an award or a gold or money, whatever, to satisfy the human. The money might go slightly towards the dog to give them a steak or a bone or a couple of nice gourmet dog biscuits. Either way, the dog is doing all the work. The human does shit.
But tell me what the difference is between the farmer that has an ox or a horse that's pulling a plow. It's purely... No, listen. It's purely pulling it for the farmer's advantage. The farmer can do that, but he's chose to make his life easier and have this horse pull it.
Right.
And at the end of the day, no matter what whatever product the farmer is planning, whatever the yield is at the end of the season, that horse is only going to get a couple carrots and maybe something. And the farmer is what's going to...
I've got you on this one because that farmer, he's making the horse or the dog or the cow or whatever, the oxen, he's making it pull the fields. And ultimately those fields are going to produce product for other humans. So he's producing something for other people. But he's creating a product. Whereas the Iditarod does shit for anybody else but the person running that Iditarod.
You have a...
Drop the mic.
No, you have a socialist mentality. You have to think that if someone's doing something, it has to benefit everybody else.
No, I'm not saying that.
That is what you're saying. Because what you're saying is that the Iditarod, because it doesn't benefit anybody other than the person...
Iditarod.
That it doesn't benefit...
Iditarod is a lot of bullshit because it's the person gets all the money for the running, whereas a farmer will do all the work. The animals will do all the work for the farmer, but ultimately feed multiple other people who get benefit from the work done by the cows.
But it doesn't make it... your argument doesn't make it right or wrong.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It makes it perfectly right.
No.
Like everything I say.
Those Iditarod dogs or those sled dogs...
Those dogs aren't doing anything. They're running for the benefit of the runner.
But they're eating good. I mean,
they're eating once, maybe nicely.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're eating fish every day.
You've been one of those dogs?
No, I watch plenty of shows
shows that are engineered to make it look like it's a deal for the dogs when the dogs are getting dealt with a shitty hand.
No. Yes, the dogs are chained up outside their doghouse.
There you go.
Most of the day. Very few of them. Very few of them go
he's
inside.
arguing his own point here, people.
However, those dogs are fed diets that you and I could live off of because they're incredibly healthy and they're well-fed animals. They're not eating.
You couldn't live with it.
They're not eating regular kibble from the dog.
You
from
cry
the pet
when you
store.
don't get your rainbow ice cream.
It's unicorn sparkle. But what I'm saying is there's no difference though. Just because a horse plows a field that feeds say 100 people.
That's more than a fucking Iditarod would do.
But why does it have to? What is it? It doesn't mean that what those dogs are doing is less valuable than what that horse is.
100%. That's 100 people who were fed by the animals, whereas 100 people were not fed by the Iditarod. That's 100% more valuable than the Iditarod. The Iditarod is done for sport. Let's not get back to the whole concept of sport being overpaid and being focused on by everybody as a waste of time. Iditarod is a bullshit thing that's done just for pure enjoyment of humans to watch their dogs sweat and shit on the way all the way from one point to the other side of Alaska and waste their energy for no reason other than for the person who's racing those dogs to get money. And
so are you saying that the bulls that run in Pamplona for the running of the bulls,
I don't like those.
Are they useless bulls compared to the bull that might be in someone's field that fertilizes other cattle for food that we may eat?
Yes, those bulls are running. Then those bulls are in an unfortunate position where they should not be. That's a stupid situation. They should not be running through the streets, being chased by humans for no reason at all. It doesn't matter if there's a bull in the field or a bull running in the streets of Pamplona. Either way, those bulls are being abused because they have no choice to be there. Just like the dogs of the Iditarod. Your argument is ridiculous.
But if a dog is born and that sled racer takes this dog out to start training it and realizes this dog doesn't have what it takes to be a
so
race
it puts
dog.
it down. Pow.
No, they just
like any.
No, they don't.
Just like any person who raises purebred dogs. What's that noise?
What are you talking about? Anybody that raises purebred dogs.
Anybody who raises purebred dogs and it's not a purebred dog, they put it down.
No, it's not. Mm-hmm. Do you know how there's more mutts out there?
There's mutts out there because there's dogs doing it outside of the purebred environment. No. Look, this is not nothing to do with purebred or not purebred dogs. This is about dogs in a Iditarod, and dogs in Iditarod do their running. They do their running because they're
it's their
trained.
job.
They're trained to do that running, but nobody has specifically said that that's what they need to do, because the only reason they're doing that is because that's what the Iditarod owner has said. You are going to be my Iditarod dog because you are healthy enough to run me and take me where I want to go. And when you get me there, I'm going to get paid for that shit. And you're going to get a steak dinner. Good luck. Thank you, Ralph and Fido.
But do you know what some of these living quarters? I mean, the Iditarod.
I don't give a shit what living quarters they live in.
No, these Iditarod.
The cows that are raised and trained to pasteurize fields and do all that shit and feed hundreds of people are trained and raised to feed in a situation. Maybe they don't get fed the nice way that these Iditarod dogs are. They don't get the treatment that these Iditarod dogs do, but they feed hundreds of people. Whereas these dogs do shit only because their trainers train them to do shit.
Okay.
But they run from one point to the other, and that's it. That's all they do. And the owners only rely on them because they run them. Maybe look, I'm not saying the owners don't love them, the owners don't care for them. I'm not saying that I 100% believe that the owners love these dogs with all their heart. But I'm saying that the Iditarod in the first place is a load of bullshit because they are just taking these dogs and making them run for nothing other than victory and prizes. And
how much money do you think the first place winner of the Iditarod makes?
Maybe $5,000.
$51,299.
So they make a lot of money. What a waste of money, because those dogs...
It's a $500,000 purse. The top 31 people get a prize.
Jesus. What a waste of money for those dogs. For them doing nothing and the dogs doing everything.
It's not that, though.
They guide and they set up tent and they feed their dogs on the way. And
they've got to control the dogs. They have to pace the dogs.
I'm sorry. Those dogs are getting led astray because they are doing all the work for these people. And these people are making money from these dogs that are... Yes, they're trained to do this, but they're only trained to do this so that these people can ultimately earn money.
What about a seeing eye dog? Those dogs are clearly trained to help a human, and there's no financial gain for them.
Yeah, and the owner of the seeing eye dog doesn't get money for winning. For, hey, how do I cross this road? Okay, I cross the road. $20,000. Here you go.
No, but
doesn't happen.
But there's zero financial gain for that dog.
No, that
dog is working 24/7. That dog works more than an Iditarod dog works.
If that Iditarod dog was raised to guide the Iditarod owner from one town to the next in the harsh environment that they're in Alaska, if it was purely for that reason, like, how do I get from here to here? Okay, I'll take my dogs. My dogs will take me. Yes, then I can understand that. But when it's, I'm going to make my dogs, train my dogs, get them to take me from one point to another purely so I can win $51,000. That's my goal, is to win $51,000. Well, those dogs don't deserve that kind of treatment for that money. They don't even understand what they're trying to win for their owner. They get a steak dinner. Fuck yeah! You
would think that
get away from yourself. You obnoxious.
For such a dog hater, you would think you would be all on board for your dogs actually making you.
Those dogs are trained not to poop in their beds.
But you would think that you would be all in favor of making $51,000 off your dogs for a race. But when you look at it, the amount of dogs that these owners have, the amount of training that goes into it, the amount of food, like I said, they're not buying them Purina puppy chow. They're feeding them raw fish.
Which is healthy for those dogs.
It is,
up in Alaska.
But it costs more money.
No, it doesn't cost more money. They're in Alaska. They get that shit for free.
You're right. They do go out. They do catch the fish. They do all that with the fish. But the amount of fish that they need to feed these dogs isn't the same as what it would take for us to feed our families.
I am not going to defend Iditarod.
Would you rather have Iditarod dogs that are sporting dogs that are meant to pull and meant to race? Or is there a difference between having a border collie, which is a herding dog, for a farmer to have, and that farmer can use that dog to herd the cattle, to move them from field or pasture to pasture?
Yeah, your argument does make sense. Because
it does make sense because that's what that border collie's born to do. It's born to herd animals.
Yeah, but he's not running around from miles on end
in the
through environments of uncalled for.
But you're talking a breed of dog that is built for the Alaskan winter, and they do it one time for a couple of weeks.
And then they do it again and again and again.
That border collie does it every single day, 7 days a week.
In his own pasture, in his own farmyard.
But you don't know how far that dog's running. No, it's not. It's not
running
in
his own farm.
It's not running as far.
It's not miles on end.
But I bet you when you add it up at the end of the year, that dog's running further than that Iditarod. I know there's a lot of training.
I highly doubt it.
I know that there's training that goes in.
And he's not running up and down mountains and through valleys and through thick snow. And yes, he occasionally gets that situation where he's got to run through the snow. But during the winter times, those sheep are not hanging out in the winter.
Sure they are.
Nah,
that's what a sheep says. Nah.
You know what? Now, do you know where sheep hang out?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck your sheep.
You're a sheep fucker
Yeah,
yourself.
You would.
You stick their back feet in your boots
The
and go
best
at
stuff.
it.
We all know that I'm right on this one because
Yeah,
this
not at
is
all.
this is
A
ridiculous.
guy that
So,
hates dogs is arguing for the treatment of dogs.
Look, I'm not a fan of dogs, but when it comes to Iditarods, I know where dogs' rights need to be forefront and up and center.
Go put your PETA sticker on your van.
Dogs were bred for a free life of happiness and freedom.
What about a police canine that is trained to sniff out drugs, to sniff out just various things? It's a working dog. That dog doesn't run around having fun.
So that dog comes out maybe once every couple of weeks.
No, it doesn't. It's out there every single day.
Not every single week, unless it's your house.
Every single day.
Unless it's your house.
Every day.
Every couple of weeks.
No, they use that dog every day. You pull over a car.
We need to find that out because
you pull over a car.
We need any cops who want to, or police officers who want to talk to us about a police officer dog how often they are used. Please come and talk to us because I would love to verify this with Mike.
That I'm right. That they
that
are
a
used
dog is
daily.
not used daily.
They wouldn't get a dog if it wasn't going to be used daily.
It doesn't have to be used daily. It has to be used in specific situations when it can be used.
When
a warrant is necessary.
No.
Or when the dog is needed to sniff out certain situations. It
When
wouldn't be used daily. Like, hello, you look like you're inebriated. I'm going to bring my dog out.
No, when they pull
Yeah, you smell like alcohol.
When they pull a vehicle over, they have reasonable doubt that there may be drugs in that car, and they take the dog.
Yeah, they're not going to bring that dog out every day.
Yes, they do. What do you want to bet?
I'll bet you nothing.
What do you want to bet?
I'll bet you a person comments on our messages.
I will get a New York or a Monroe County sheriff on this show, and he will tell you.
I would love to have a Monroe County sheriff on our show.
If
you can do that, we'll see.
I absolutely. I can.
Okay, go for it. Do it.
I can 100%.
Right now.
He might be working, so I don't know.
So are you scared?
It's 2:00 in the morning.
Scared?
He might not be working. He might be sleeping. But no, I guarantee you,
Is it a dog?
They use those dogs every single day.
Not every single day.
Every day.
Nope.
Otherwise, there's no point to have them.
There's no point to have them.
Yes, there is.
It's a dog. It's not getting paid.
Do you know how much money it costs to pay to train those dogs?
It costs a lot of money to train them, but once they're trained, they know what they're doing. They've got that sense. Dogs have that training. They don't have to continuously go onto the beat to
a bomb sniffing dog.
How many bombs are you hearing about every day that needs to be
finish?
Ah, jeez.
At RIT, they looked into having a bomb sniffing dog
every day
to have the dog.
How many bombs are in RIT?
Would you shut up and listen? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. To have this dog and to have a handler to go. The handler get trained as well as the dog get trained. $80,000. Do you think? And RIT said no, we're not doing that.
Look. If they've spent $80,000 on this dog, right?
They decided they weren't. As a university, they felt it was not worth the
so
money.
What's your point, Cola? Let's say listen.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, you're boomer more than me. Let's say that they train this dog, $80,000. They put all this money into this training for this dog. This dog has had its training, right? Okay. Just say okay.
Okay,
boomer.
Okay, boomer.
All right. So we've got this dog. It's got $80,000 worth of training in it. Next day, dog is not going out until it's needed. If the dog goes out, it's not going to be like, come on, Ralph. Come on. Take a leak. Okay, back home. That's not going to change anything. It's going to be like, oh, shit. A week later, we've got a potential drug sniffing we need.
You don't
bring Ralph out. Ralph comes along. He sniffs. He finds it. put Ralph back.
You don't think in the city of Rochester there's not a drug case every single day?
I'm not saying I'm not naive. I know there's a lot of drug out deals.
They pull dogs out to smell to sniff
how many
the
dogs
cars.
do you think they have? They don't have one.
No, they probably have. My guess would be 8 to 10.
Okay, so they're not bringing 8 to 10 dogs out every single day.
But the ones that they have out, that when they're working, when a dog is on shift, it is being used
but they're not
every day.
bringing 1 to 8 dogs out. They're not bringing 8 dogs out every single day.
But I bet you any given day there's 6 out.
I would say 3.
I'll say 6.
Get your cop.
I'll text him tomorrow.
So, either way, it's not going to be all of them. Either way, this has got nothing to do with an Iditarod. An Iditarod gives nothing to the general public. The dog sniffing dogs gives benefit to everybody because it's taking a drug dealer off the streets. The Iditarod
It doesn't have to be a drug dealer.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's the dog that's trained to do its duty in a police environment is doing something to save or help the general public in some way or other. The Iditarod is not saving or helping the general public in any way whatsoever.
What about when you go to Central Park and you got the horse-drawn carriage and you pay money? That horse doesn't get a goddamn cent.
I don't pay money for that.
I don't either. But I'm just saying, that horse doesn't get shit.
Okay.
But the carriage driver gets all the money out of that.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that because I'm not even feeling sorry for that because
But a horse
that's the person taking advantage of the horse.
But that horse
That's exactly the same situation as the Iditarod.
But that horse is bred to work. It's bred to pull things.
Yes, no, it's not bred to pull things.
Yes,
it is. It's not bred to pull the horse carriage through Central Park. It happens to be in the situation where it's pulled in. Somebody said, "Hey, I need a horse for the Central Park carriage." "Oh, I've got a horse. Yeah, take this one." "Okay, I'll take it." And then they take the horse. That horse doesn't know any different. That horse is trained to pull something, and it pulls the cart all around Central Park. It's not doing any benefit to the human other than taking them somewhere. It's generally, in theory, it's doing more benefit than the Iditarod because it's helping 2 people or more go from one point in the park to another point in the park. You are getting a service in addition to the person who's getting paid, the horse handler, and the people who are jumping on the horse. They are paying for that ride.
But it's not a taxi.
They get all the way to the other side. No, it's not a taxi, but that's what
it doesn't drop you off
as.
on one end. It just goes in a circle and drops you off where you just came from.
They're doing it for a romantic environment.
It's a scenic
These 2
ride.
people, see my 2 fingers sticking up?
I do.
And this one fucking finger sticking up?
Right back at
This
you.
guy, this one middle finger here, that's the horse owner who's using that to get money to benefit the ride.
Just like
these 2 people who are the
guy.
British in swear word, they're jumping on that horse and they're riding around. All 3 of them are riding around and going back and arriving at the same place. So
there was no purpose other than hey, let's
the benefit of those 2 people who jumped on the horse.
Let me just pay you money to take me in a circle.
This horse person is getting paid, same as the Iditarod, except the Iditarod is this one middle finger who's driving from this point all the way to this point for no benefit other than himself.
And it gets the dog's exercise. The thing ran a couple thousand miles.
I'm sorry, there's no benefit to the Iditarod. The Iditarod is a load of bullshit, and that's the way I stand.
You're a bunch of bullshit, and that's the way I stand.
You're just saying that because you're going to argue.
No, I'm right.
You know
and
I'm right.
Central Park horse does nothing but walk in
Central
circles.
Park horse has no benefit to the story at all. Your argument is invalid.
You're invalid.
You're
flaccid too.
You would know. Oh man, that was a intense comment.
And I was right.
No, he knows he's wrong.
No. So, are we wrapping it up?
We're going to have to wrap that up.
So, give us any feedback or comments on the Twitter machine at Lyrical Laxative. That's 2 L's in the middle, no S on the end, at Lyrical Laxative. Or hit us up on the email machine at Lyrical Laxatives, 2 L's in the middle, S on the end, at gmail.com. Lyrical Laxatives at gmail.com.
And those are machines that work way better than the Iditarods.
Whatever.
So yes, no, I appreciate everybody listening to us, and I know I'm right, and I am John,
And I'm Mike.
and this is Lyrical Laxatives, and until I guess we'll see you when the laxatives kick in.
See you later.
And take it easy.
Bye-bye.